Ladies and gentlemen, good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. Our guest today has a vision to offer people an opportunity to have more time, more money, and more life. With her practical and easy to apply ideas, she's improved businesses in more than 120 industries. And today she's going to show you how to deliver above the industry and your customer expectations. Please put your hands together and help us welcome to the Win Sales Now podcast, our good friend, Sharon Jurd.
Welcome, Sharon.
Thank you. Thank you.
Well, welcome and happy birthday as well. It's your birthday week and you've already made us jealous by eating cake before you joined us today.
Yeah, caramel mud cake to be exact. It was yummy. Yeah, and I do a birthday month because I want to celebrate all months. So I take it for as long as I can get it.
Love that.
Can I start doing that?
Yeah, no, I should go first because my
Yeah.
for you.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, let's start this one. It's not
You
till June, so
test it out first and then see how it goes.
we'll start easily. Now, you're a very successful businesswoman. You've helped people in more than 120 industries, but it wasn't easy for you at the start and you had your own challenges. I believe that you'd lost direction and you'd struggled to make the right decisions. What was happening when you were starting your business?
I own another business. And so I was full-time in another business. And what happened there was, I wasn't passionate about it. It was a great income earner. It was my baby. I liked that I set it up. But what had happened is it wasn't fueling the fire anymore. It wasn't, I didn't get excited about getting out of bed every morning, yet I owned the business. And so that, you can't just leave your job and go and start a business or start another job. You have this commitment of this. So I had to really dig deep about not getting angry or frustrated or blaming other people. My partner, you got me into this business and it was your idea. And so I had to let all of that go and take responsibility for myself and go, okay, how can I manage myself out and still keep the business? We didn't want to sell the business. We wanted to keep it and then do what I wanted to do that I was passionate about. And so it sort of started off as a sidekick, it was like a hobby almost, and then it exploded. Because when you're passionate about something, it just grows, like faster than expectations. You're just on the right path, you're in the right place. And I was on the back foot because I was trying to work 2 jobs and full-time jobs and had to get people in place. And I really struggled with my thoughts around, why am I not passionate about that business? Why, do I want to do something else? I should be, working on that business. And once I sort of let that go and went, well, I don't have to be working in that business. I don't have to have my sleeves rolled up and my hands dirty in that business. I really learnt to manage from the top. And I own 9 companies now and I can manage them without being in there. But my coaching business I'm in, that's where I'm passionate about. That's where I get my hands dirty and that's where I worked. And so once I worked out how to logistically do that and in my mind go, I don't have to be sitting in those businesses. Like I was a control freak, really. I was like trying to control all of those things where instead of trusting in my team and hiring good people around me and doing all of those things to make that happen for me. And once I got that in my head, then things started to fall in place and I started my coaching business and I love it.
I like what you said about passion there. I was purchasing some products a couple of years ago and it was a protein shake. And it was from a network marketing company. And the person was so passionate about the product. And I said, tell me, how good is the product? What improvements has it made in your life? And they said, oh, I'd never buy it. And I said, what do you mean? They said, oh, it's way too expensive. And I said, just out of curiosity, how are sales at the moment? They said, sales sucks.
Yeah, exactly.
And it is hard, isn't it? When you've lost that passion. I was in real estate. And there was a particular area where I was really passionate about the properties and I owned one. but there was other areas where I'd never buy a property, and they were the hardest ones to sell. You just didn't feel congruent.
I was in real estate as well, and I know exactly what you're talking about.
Well, they say when all else fails, get into sales.
Yeah, exactly.
A lot of people who have businesses, they fail to meet the industry expectations, but they also fail to meet their customer expectations. So why do people fail to deliver on these expectations?
Well, I think the first step is knowing what those expectations are. So, if I use the example of a hairdresser, for example, because I go there every Friday morning, so this is my hair done.
Yeah,
we can see that already.
I've got big curly hair. It's like, you can't get on a live podcast with, not going to the hairdresser first. So if you're using the example of the hairdresser, what's the expectation when you go to the hairdresser? You expect them to be on time. You expect them, besides doing a great job of your hair, but you expect to be offered tea or coffee or water. You might have an expectation that you get offered magazines. Then it might be, do you have an expectation you get offered an iPad to do some work on? Well, then people sort of go, oh, no, I wouldn't expect that. Do you expect to be given champagne? Well, no. So you've got to find that level of what is the industry's expectation first. And then, because what people do is tend to just deliver that. And so what you need to do is be delivering over and above that. What can you easily do over and above those expectations so it's a wow when they come, into your business or meet with you? And I don't think a lot of people know what the industry expectations are. They don't ask their clients. They don't find out that information. And a lot of people who come to coach me, they go, I give great customer service.
Yes.
Well, that's not enough. It's not enough. If they get great customer service, they will move. They will go elsewhere. It's got to be exceptional. And I own, a business that cleans air conditioners. It's not a sexy industry. No one lays awake at night going, yay, I'm getting my air conditioner cleaned. It's like, and so what we do is, build an experience around getting your air conditioner cleaned so they want to do it more often. Yeah. And so we went to the industry and said, well, what do you not like about tradies? And they said, we don't like them being late.
And we don't like their bum crack hanging out.
Bum crack, that was my point. Don't like the bum crack, don't like the mess. So we just took them out of our industry, out of our business, and we promote, we don't have a bum crack in hydroclave. And we say that if we are, more than 5 minutes late, you will get your air conditioner cleaned for free. And what industry does that? And we have a massive guarantee. And guarantees in industry expectations are massive. We've got a 9-point guarantee. And what that guarantee says, the very first point is, if we don't clean your air conditioner cleaner than you've ever seen it before, we'll not only not charge you, but we will pay for a competitor of your choice to come and clean it. People don't expect that. They just think they'll get their money back or you'll do it again. And so everything we do is beyond the industry's expectations. And that's in any industry. What I do with my teams, we meet every year to do our yearly planning. And our yearly planning is based around what customer expectation are we delivering this year? Because we're just taking it up a notch each year. Because competitors, other people sort of tend to follow you along. And so we just make sure that we're increasing that delivery of expectation each year. And then that's when the money and the customers flow.
That kind of, give me some of the flashback when we used to work with the Emirates airline. The airline is a very competitive industry, and then how the company train us, while someone make someone stay, even they pay for the economy class. Make them feel like they're in first class. So I really resonate what you're saying, bring that wow to the customer, not just satisfy them. You need to make them feel they're so special.
Satisfied customers move. They move on.
Yeah.
I remember being at school, P's equaled degrees. If you passed, you still got rewarded. But in business, that doesn't work. really meet and exceed the expectation. And when we were living in Dubai, we used to get people to come in and work on our house, but the BO they brought with them was horrific. They should have offered a free cleaning service after they'd been there.
Yeah, we still remember. Yeah, you feel like you still can smell the smell.
Yeah.
Well, after they're gone. Yeah.
I won't name what it smells like, but it rhymes with it. And they do the job, but the experience is so bad. And we were speaking to Dale Beaumont last night and his people. And what I said, that the buying experience today has to be a great experience. The experience people have to have with you, they should refer the experience like, hey, that was a great buying experience. You've got to have this experience. And
and that's how I measured the success of a business. If someone says, I want that experience, that's my measure of success. You know,
I don't care about the service, just give me the experience.
You
can get steak and eggs wherever you want, but you can't get it everywhere with a smile and an interaction and, you know, these little surprises. So it's so important.
Yeah.
Starting today, what practical ideas could our followers and friends start to apply into their businesses today to be able to, you know, get that wow factor into their business? What can they do to exceed that expectation?
Yeah, I think that they need to look at their industry and go, okay, what sort of things can I implement in? You know, and like you say, it's the little things that don't cost you a lot. We have little jelly beans that we leave behind at every appointment, and we get people, you know, rebooking with us going, oh, you know, I've actually got 3 children because I need 2 packets of jelly beans. You know, it's what you supply that client that is outside of the norm. And, you know, to give you some examples, you know, going back to the hairdresser, like my hairdresser, you know, I drink chai latte. They don't have it in their salon, but she will go and buy it for me each Friday morning, knowing that that's the drink that I drink. And it costs her $4 or $5 here in Australia. And, you know, that means a lot to me. Like that, but it costs her $4, you know, and there's a lot of things that you can implement that are really cheap, like a thank you note. Nobody writes a thank you note anymore. So I have thank you notes, and my team have KPIs on how many thank you notes they write a day, because someone will just do something really special for you, and you can just write a thank you note to them and just give it to them or send it or pop it in their letterbox. You know, there's ways you can get it to people, not just an email, a thank you note, you know, that is handwritten. Doesn't cost you much, but it means a lot to other people. So think about those things that you can utilize in your world.
Now, these are some wonderful ideas, and I know that our friends and followers will want to know more about what you're doing there at the Sharon Jurd Coaching Institute. So where's the best place for them to follow you right now?
Yeah, so you can get me all across social media. I'm everywhere. You can just Google away and you can find me. But if you go to smjcoachinginstitute.com, there you can contact me there. You can have a discovery session with me, meet up with me, and we can have a chat and we can talk about all of the things customer experience. Believe me, I can talk for ages about it.
They're wonderful ideas. And I believe that in Australia right now, our customer service is horrible. And you might not be able to change the price of your product, but having that customer experience can make all the difference. And it's about customers for life. And if you provide a great experience, why would they want to go anywhere else?
I know. And you can adjust your price, because the better the customer experience, the higher you can charge. So, you know, that's how you become the highest charging in your industry. Sure.
So, ladies and gentlemen, head over and meet Sharon. Go to smjcoachinginstitute.com, and I'm sure you'll have a great time. Sharon, thanks for your time. Happy birthday. Happy birthday week. Happy birthday month. Happy birthday year.
Yeah, I might try that yearly thing.
Yeah, thank you.
Bye.
Good day.